Hello everyone and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So for today's prompt for World Watercolour Month, it was savoury and I thought vegetables, I thought little dips and crackers, and then I thought, you know what, I haven't drawn sushi, so I thought I wanted to try and draw sushi. So I researched some photographs which I've used in my thumbnail, and I am going to sort of mix and match them a bit and make my own creation from it. So I'm going to do the little soy sauce dish because I really like that. I thought that was fun, and it's a fun play on perspective. And I'm going to use my new gansai tambi, I can't say it, kuretake gansai tambi paints because they are so much fun and they're lovely and vibrant. And I thought, I need to do this. So I'm going to do my little soy sauce tray, and that's just, you'd use your perspective that you would use sort of going off into the distance to the right. So I'm just going to draw. So I've got all the lines leading off to the direction that I want them. Perspective can be hard to learn sometimes. It's taken me lots and lots of years of practice, but you just keep at it and you will get there in the end. That's for sure. Okay, so and it's not perfect by any means, but it's a fun piece. This is going to be a fun piece, and I've got to do, that's the soy sauce there. Okay, so that's that little bit of sushi, a little bit of soy sauce, and I'm going to do the sushi next to it, rather, that little bit of sushi next to it. So, it's got, and I quite like some sushis. I like the vegetable ones with the, I like the seafood ones, but my favourites are the vegetable ones. Absolute favourites. Okay, so I can see the underneath of that one, so I'm going to try and draw the shadow on that, and they're quite wide. So I'm just going to make that a little bit wider, like that. And then all his innards are all the seafoody stuff. So there's the rice, and there's bits of chicken. It's all the things. And I might do, I'm going to do the bottle of soy sauce over here as well, because why not? Let's make this a still life, a sushi still life. Who'd have thunk it? A sushi still life. We're going rogue. Okay. So, and we get to practice drawing bottles as well. All right. Come down here. And then there's quite a squat little bottle. Take that down there like that. I won't do the whole emblem exactly right. I'll just have go a bit artistic on it. Actually, you can't even see the emblem. It's just sort of gold lettering. So I'll just do that like that, and you won't be able to make it out. You just sort of understand that it is an insignia of some kind. Like that. I'll make that, the bottom of that bottle come down a bit more. The whole thing's sitting on a piece of wood, but I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I'm going to do some more sushis over here. Do a little tray of them, sort of, I think. I've got a tray in the photo. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do them like this, just sitting sushis, little happy sitting sushis. Keep it reasonably sort of simple-ish-esque. So I have one little sitting there. All right. Little blobs of meat there surrounding, because they sort of roll it into a little ball. And then I'm going to do this one on its side, like that, and then one sitting on top, because that helps to make it look more sort of staged, like that. So you'll see I've used parts of the pictures that's in my reference, but I've sort of gone my own direction with it because I use references as references. I don't, you know, follow them exactly a lot of the time. I put my own little twist on it. Keeps the imagination fired up. All right, there we go. So, am I going to draw the board? Should I be brave? I should be brave. Should I be brave? I don't know. I should be brave. I'm going to be brave. Okay, I'm being brave. I'm going to draw the board in, the sort of chopping board that it's sitting on. Comes up there like that. Whoop. Actually, no, a bit further up. Grab my eraser. Oops. Grab my eraser. And take that up there a bit more. Like that. And that goes down like that then. It's a daisy. All right, so I've made that line all wonky at the back, and that's fine. We'll unwonk that. There we go, unwonked. And then we'll bring the front of this board. I can't do a straight line. Okay, that's fine. We've done that. It's not straight, but it'll do. Okay, and then I'm going to come down there. So that is pretty much the board that they're sitting on. I should probably do a sushi down here too, shouldn't I? I should. Let's do a sushi down here. We're doing lots of sushis. Lots of sushis. I hope I can paint them. We'll see how that goes. I've never painted a sushi. Hello, Susan. It's me watching and I enjoy the process and the result. Oh, thank you, doll. Thank you. It is good fun. It is good fun. I've never painted sushi or drawn sushi before, so this is you're sharing a first. But I'm using my gansai. Oh, God, I can't even say it. My kuretake gansai tambi paints. I want to call them all different things because just, as a joke, I usually mash up words. In my life, I sort of mess everything up for fun. And I keep wanting to say all different things for the name. Okay. So there's my little sushis. They aren't shadowed because they've got to photograph the lights onto them, so they're not shadowed. So should I give them shadow? Yes, I should. So I'll give them a little bit of shadow on their back sides. Oh, how would this shadow then? The bottle will shadow over to there. That one will shadow to there. So we'll give them our own little shadows. Right. Now, okay, I have no idea where to start. We're just going to go rogue. I'm going to grab my brush. I might start with the tray. Start with the tray and do that in the ochre colour, I think, because the ochre is about that wood colour. So I'm just going to get, I need my palette on my lap. So I'm going to get a bit of the ochre, add some water to it on my lap, and I'm going to run that around there, around everything. You can't see it in the bottle because the bottle's filled with soy sauce, so I don't need to worry about that. And I actually have a black watercolour with this set, which I've never owned a black watercolour, so I'm very excited to be able to do the soy sauce. So I just keep going around. So this is another, I've used these paints once, so I'm still very much feeling out how they work and mixability and all of those things. So this is a fun experiment just to see. Whoops-a-days, I need to wet that a bit more. Take that back this way. So I'm literally just wetting the paper a little bit and then dragging around the pigment onto the wood. So yep, yellow ochre. I wet these, I sprayed them down. They absorb the water really quickly. You've got to keep wetting them, which is interesting. It's good, it's fine, doesn't bother me. But I think I have heard that these, if the thicker you go, you can have them gouache-like. So you can make them quite intense pigment-wise, colour-wise on the paper. So I'm going to experiment with that a little bit today. We'll see how that goes. So it's quite a simple drawing. I just went a bit mad with my references that I had. All right, so that's pretty much the board. I might grab, I'm going to grab a little bit of burnt sienna, see if that mixes in. I'll clean my brush, a little bit of yellow ochre with that. I'm mixing it separately on my palette because I just want to see. So I mixed a little bit of burnt sienna with it I want to just do a bit of wood grain for the top tabletoppy thing. The breadboard, sushi board. It's got dark mottled sort of patterns on it. But for now I'm just gonna, so I'm interested to see how these mix as well, because I don't really know. But that obviously worked, that one, which is nice to know. I'll darken up this whole front, I think, because it's going to go back quite pale. Cut around the edge of the sushi. I can give that another layer. And I'm working on my hot press watercolour paper, which is just smooth watercolour paper. Fancy way of saying smooth watercolour paper. Okay, and I need a darker brown. Don't really want to add. I'm going to go a bit of burnt sienna, and I'm going to add a bit of blue and see if that does what it does with my other brands of paint. It makes a grey. Makes a greeny grey. Okay. Don't know if I want a greeny grey. I sort of want a browny grey. So what am I going to do? If I'm going to go, because raw umber is a greenish tint. Oh, I could go a tiny touch of black. Let's see what that does. And mix that with a bit of something, and see if we can, or just dilute it right down even. Just dilute that right back to watery, very watery. They look creamy, not granulated, very creamy, very creamy. I haven't struck any granulation at all. So yeah, very, very creamy. Really fun. Like that's the type that I like. I like that that feel. Yeah, they're very creamy, and I think they're more designed, you know, for the Japanese style of art, the really soft, loose, you know, birds, and for loose flower art and things like that. You know, they're really soft and gorgeous. And you can get some quite vibrant sort of colours amongst it. So I'm literally going a little bit of black on my palette. And I've never used black in my life in watercolour. I usually mix my own, but I don't have, this palette doesn't have, because I usually, to make my dark greys, I use burnt umber cobalt blue, and I don't have a burnt umber in this set. So I've sort of got to make it up, darken down here. They are very, very creamy. So I'm just going over the top now. I've just got to get my brush a bit more wet. Days. Oops, take that down there. The board's not the focus, but we're getting it. It's turning into it. I'm just going to pop my palette. I need to pop my palette somewhere else. I could pop my palette under there. There we go. I'll sit my palette under the paint, because that way I can sort of work with it a bit easier. Now I need to get my colour chart there. So I've got my little colour chart. And I need to put a shadowy colour. So I need to make it, well, I'm going to use my cobalt violet. Cobalt violet. I'm going to use that for the shadow colour. I'll add, I need to turn my palette up the other way, because otherwise all the water's going to run off that. Pools at the bottom of this one. There we go. Now I've got to turn my colour chart upside down so I know where everything is. That didn't work. Do it that way. Okay. And then be right back, the cat's starting. Yeah, no worries, Dale. No worries at all. And I'm going to grab some indigo and pop into there as well. Make a shadow colour. And I'm going to shadow the back out this way. That makes a nice shadow colour. There we go, that worked. See how it dries. that right under there. I'm not being very bold, am I? I need to be bolder with these, I think. So I'm going to go back into my violet and go a bit of indigo just to darken that up a bit. Pop that in behind these. Come up and around here. Like that. I might just drag that, soften that edge if I can. Soften that out to the back there. And take this shadow behind this bottle of thing, soy sauce. That's the one, bottle of soy. So I'm going a bit of purple and I'm adding a bit of indigo to it just to change the value of it a bit. Oops, today's too much water. Doesn't matter. It's only a fun piece. It's only a fun piece. So I'll take that to the edge like that. And then soften it. I can actually drag that down a bit behind this sushi. This sushi. Mix some more of that up. So that's, ooh, I stuck my doodah in the wrong thing. So I need my purple and my blue. Like that. And I can build up the layers of dark as I go. Make it a bit stronger. For now. Back happy cats, nice. Everyone loves a happy cat. Gotta love a happy cat. Angry cats, not so much. Grumpy cats, no. All right. That one's looking a bit flat. It's looking a bit weird as a drawing, but I'll fix that. I will fix that later, and I'll pop some shadow over this side. I think it needs some shadow up here because you don't know what's going on. There was actually a hand holding a chopstick up here, but I omitted the hand holding a chopstick because I've done many hand pieces this week. I wanted to do something different. All right. And I can't see underneath, so I'm using indigo and purple just to break that. The purple's just so intense. I just wanted to change it a little bit. So I blued it off a little bit for the shadow area. You can see I get the wobbles up. I get the wobbles up good and proper. Okay, there we go. Whee! The faster you go, the easier it is to hold a straight line. There we go. Okay, now our soy sauce. So for the initial part of the soy sauce, I'm going to go in with, it's reddish black, but I'm going to go in with the black pigment, and I'll add quite diluted. I'll use blues in the shadows on the white, on the little bowly bit. Oops, I've got that going up too much, but it doesn't matter. I can lift this. This stuff lifts really well, so I'm just going to scrub that back a little bit. Get that angle a bit better. This paint lifts like nothing else. It's amazing how well it lifts. So I'm just going to lift that off. Look, it's almost gone. Almost back to white paper. That's ridiculously easy. That is ridiculously easy. So you could pretty much, yeah, I've just lifted that black. That's insane. Insanely good. Easy. Very user-friendly. Very forgiving. A board that's been used a lot wouldn't be perfectly flat, probably. Yes, no, definitely not in my world. I couldn't, nothing in my world's flat. Oh my God. And yeah. I'm going to add a bit of indigo to the top of that too. Why? Because I felt like it. I just want to, just keeps it a little bit interesting, gives it a bit of depth. And it gives it, yeah, it makes it look like a bit more perspective, sort of. Now, ooh, okay, I'm going to use ultramarine pale for the shadows on the container. I need those paints for lifting. Oh my God, Susan, do it. I think they're really quite cheap overseas. they're more, I think they're about $30 overseas. They're $50, $70 here, depending on where you get them. But they are so forgiving. So incredibly forgiving. I haven't tried wildlife art with them yet. Hello, Trev! How you going? Goodness gracious, how you going? This is South African Trev, yeah? How you going? How's life? Okay, so now, hope you're staying safe and well. Pretty good. What about yourself? I'm great, mate. I'm great. I'm dandy. Cruising along, creating art as always. Same stuff, different day. I'm just doing me. Just doing me. Same thing. It's been a hot minute. It has. How have you been? I've been thinking about you because I've been seeing on the news everything that's been happening over there. And I've been hoping you've been well, Dal. So I'm happy to hear from you. I do need to learn to be a lot stronger with my pigments. I'm nowhere near brave enough in my use of colours. It's one of my flaws, is not being brave enough. But yeah, these you can buy in small set. I think they come in small sets, medium sets and large sets. I've got the almost full-size set. Aurora has just made a video. Aurora's Art World, I'll pop her link below when I finish this, has done... She's got a bigger set with golds in it. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. So I feel the need to get more. It's like, oops. But, and she did a beautiful video yesterday or today. It popped up today. I've lost track of my days. She did a beautiful video of koi fish and... I forgot the name of the tree, the pretty Japanese trees. She did one of those with the beautiful pink flowers. I don't remember names. Names and I aren't friends. It's like straight lines. I can't do a straight line or a circle or remember names. Yeah, the whole mess that I'm keeping safe haven't gone out. Good. You know what? Neither have I. Yay, recluse. Go team recluse. Since COVID, I've turned into a recluse and I'm just arting. That's it. That's my life. Safest way to be. Safest way to be. All right, so now I'm going to darken up this shadow on the front, just a tone. I might go in with a little bit of ultramarine. I'm going rogue. Set of 48 with gold is $49.88 on Amazon US. Wow, see, that's nearly 100 Australian dollars. But so you guys get them so much more affordably, but highly recommend them. They're fun to use. I mean, I'm very much learning how to mix them and things, but because they are different. They aren't this. I think they're considered more of a crafting supply. I've heard that said about them, but I quite like for cards and things. But I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. Oops. So I'm going to go onto my soy sauce, and he's got a red lid. He's got a nice big red lid. So we're going to do his. Yeah, I'll buy that. And there's a pearl set. Oh, my God, there's a pearl essence set. So I'm going to get in all kinds of strife because everything's locked down now, so at least I can't go to an art shop because I'd be in a world of pain. I'd be like, I want that and I want that and I want that. And I just got into the art graphite. Oh, my word, they're gorgeous. I can see myself becoming heavily addicted to graphite. I still need to get into art again, but every time I want to, an excuse pops up. You know what? You need to go, no more excuses. I'm telling you now, no more excuses. I like the large pans, wish they were all bigger. Yes, because you can fit a big flat brush in these. You can fit a giant flat brush in these. You can fit an inch brush easily. And I mean, I'm using, what's this, a size 10 watercolour brush. I could fit my giant mops in here because I've got a couple of mega mops that I used for painting the full-size sheets. And I could fit them into these. So and they pick up colour like nothing else. You can pick it up so easily. But Trev, no more excuses, mate. Just get into it. Do it. Go rogue. So what Aurora and I, my friend Aurora, I'll pop her link below when I finished, we've started also streaming together on Twitch. So you should join in, Trev. Or anyone here can join in. Aurora at Aurora's Art World and I are doing joint live streams on Twitch as well, and just going mad and having fun and being crazy people. And we're calling it our art pajama party, where we just get together and draw everything and anything. And it's so fun. We do it here, but we haven't figured out how to do a joint stream. When did you start doing streams on YouTube? Well, I've always done YouTube. Well, 2 years I've been on YouTube. I only started streaming on YouTube. I did two streams just before I started Twitch, so that was about a year ago. And then YouTube wasn't so much of a streaming channel. So really about a week and a half. I've been here about a week and a half streaming. I've made videos for 2 years, time lapses. But now that it's becoming more of a thing, I thought I'll give it a go over here and see how it goes. Because when I did it last time, it was still finding its feet. It wasn't really much of an art streaming platform. It was more of an art video platform. But yeah, now it's taking off. I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And here they don't delete your videos after a couple of months. That's the only thing about Twitch, is you lose your work after a couple of months. Unless you film it as well, you lose it. So I much prefer this idea, because then it gets to stay up for all eternity to go, oh, look how much I've improved, and get to keep them forever and ever and ever. That's looking a bit fuzzy-wuzzy. We've got a, okay, we're attempting a straight line. Whee! There we go. Straight line is done. Saw your digital stuff the other day and I loved it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love digital. Oh, my God, digital's so much fun. It's World Watercolour Month at the moment, hence the watercolour. But, yeah, I love digital. I'll be doing a lot more digital work as well. I do a bit of everything. Do a little bit of everything. I can get photorealism with my digital, which I can't see. I'm more impressionist with my art, with my painting. But I can achieve photorealism with my digital, which is exciting for me because I never thought in a bazillion years that I would. So I'm going to go in with all the greens now. Why? Because I can, because there's vegetables in here, in them there sushis. So I'm going to pop in little green bits. They've got a layer of green bits. Go around there. I've never in my life drawn sushi. Actually, I might go a darker green. I've got a darker green. I do. I have hookers. Let's go hookers. That one. That one. That doesn't look darker. That looks brighter, but that's okay. Oh, there's a dark one. We'll go that one. There we go. I should mix a green. Let's mix a green. With digital, you can basically get infinite detail. Exactly, exactly. And that's what it was. I was more adventurous. I was much more adventurous. And I could just press the undo button. If it went wrong, oh, well, doesn't matter. Just press undo. So, yeah, I found, and I make all my, now I'm making, which will be linked below, I have a Redbubble where I put my prints on cups and plates and all of that kind of thing. So, I can, with digital art, it's really easy to translate it into things. So I make products with it now. But I don't do that with my traditional. I just do it with digital. I'm a retired medical lab tech. No raw fish for me. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no. I like the veggie ones. Yeah, raw fish can cause all kinds of horrible things. Yeah, ew. Yeah. It's pretty, but no thanks. Yes, keep looking at it. Just keep looking at it. Let's see if I can mix a pink. I'm going to go me scarlet and me white. Let's see. We're trying to mix now, peeps. We're seeing what they do. That doesn't do it. Does it do it? Bit of white. We'll go a bit of red. There we go. Bit of red. Sort of. And it did not end well. I tried sushi once. Oh, no. That's no good, Trev. I've had raw fish a few times, and I don't mind it. It's not my favourite. But, yeah. don't mind it, but I prefer the vegetable ones. But it's definitely not pink enough. Okay, add a bit more white. That's, I think it's wrapped in prawn or something. It's got a bit of prawn on the outside. That's not prawn pink, but it's okay. Yeah, you got to be so careful. And like I would never, you know how you get it at the takeaway vendors? I would never get it at one of those, not in a pink fit, because it's just asking for trouble to not have it the right temperature and all that sort of stuff. I know they're managed pretty well, but yeah, nah, it still scares me. And it's got a, oh, it's all the soy sauce. It's got a brownie tint on the bottom. Ew, we'll give it a brownie tint on the bottom. We'll give it a ready brownie tint on the bottom. That's where the soy sauce is and all the doodads have gooed to. I'll just pop that down there like that. I should have done capsicums. I've just had the realisation is, what am I thinking? Why didn't I just do capsicum? Because then it would have been easier. Because like, how do you paint sushi? Okay, I'm going to pick that up because it's rice and it's all squishy soft looking, and I know people do paint sushi. I've never painted sushi. Why did I not just do capsicum? But that's okay because we're learning. We're doing this because we're challenging ourselves. That's what we're doing. I'm being brave and I'm doing all new things that I would not normally do is what I'm doing. And don't forget the bright green wasabi, the fire in the red. Yes. Wasabi. Okay, I'm just going to drag that out a bit. I've made a bit of a mess there. Not happy with that sushi, but that's okay. We'll come back to it. We will come back to it as long as... Hello, I've got a Bear Bear. Want to say hello to Bear Bear? This is my dog, Bear Bear. He sits under my desk when I do art. And he says hello. Get the doggy hair out of my face. Hello, puppy. Yes, hello. Hello. Have cuddles? Yes. So he comes up and has a cuddle at least once a stream, covers my black shirt into white dog fluff, and then goes away again. And then makes sneezy noises under he goes under my table. Because he's like, okay, I'm happy now. So come down here. Maybe the wasabi is supposed to kill any parasites in the fish. Ew. Yeah. I don't know whether it has an antibacterial effect, but ew. Just the thought of that. We'll just keep it for art only, hey? We'll keep our sushi and our wasabis for art only. Love little dogs, so cuddly. Yes, I've got two. I've got Bear and Pippi, and my kids have got Daisy, and Daisy's the boss of everybody, and she's Bear's daughter, and yeah, I babysat her with it. My kids got married, and I babysat Daisy for a month, so it was crazy. They were all... I had 3 dogs fighting for my attention, so which made for fun times. Fun times. Wouldn't have it any other way though. But yeah, I had my lap's pretty decent size, but I tell you what, 3 Jack Russells all fighting for attention at once, and they're all vocal. If you've ever seen the cartoon with the Tasmanian Devil, my dogs, when they're playing, sound like the Tasmanian Devil. They go and they roll around in balls. Like, you know, there's a cartoon where there's the ball of dirt and the legs and arms sticking out everywhere. That's my dogs when they're playing. And it's hilarious. But yeah, not good for filming. I have had quite a few streams with dogs pretending they're Tasmanian devils and making all kinds of horrendous noises. So that's been interesting. Luckily not on YouTube, but that's happened on Twitch a few times. It's all dogs want, your love and attention. Exactly. Well, they're the most important things, and they know it. They know. They know. They're the boss. They've got me right where they want me. So now this is the underneath of the sushi bit is I'm just going to... How on earth am I... What was I thinking? How am I going to draw rice? There's a bit of sauce in that one. I'm going to go... What are the yellow things? Is that egg? I don't know what the yellow things are. We're going to stick yellow things in our sushis. We're going to stick yellow things in our sushis. I need to wet my brush a bit more. Wet the pigment. Okay, we're going yellow goobies in our sushis. Technical term. Yellow sushis. Yellow bits and green bits. They look more like lollies now, don't they? Oh, well. How on earth? Okay. That's a learning curve. That's the fun of this. That's the fun. Take that around. I can strengthen things up at the end. Grey shadows. Oh, yeah, of course. I can do that. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I shall do that. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. We're all in this together. Because, you know, I usually do wildlife. I've been trying really hard to do all different things. So I've been working on portraits, grey sea shapes, I guess. Okay, we'll give that a go. We'll do that. We'll do grey sea shapes. But yeah, I've been trying to get outside and do outside my comfort zone. And I've been doing more portraits, more people portraits, different animals that I don't normally do. What else have I been doing? Food. I never paint food ever, so this is a first. I think this is actually my first food still lifey kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to go back into my crimsony red. I think you can paint anything like a pro. Oh, you're a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart. I'm confident at drawing pretty much anything. Like drawing, I don't have any problems at all. Painting, not so much. Painting, I'm not as confident. Drawing, I am. Painting, I'm not. So it's interesting. But I've got to push myself and accept that there are going to be some fails. I'm going to darken up around that edge. Get some more green on there. Some more seaweed. That's what my green bits are. Okay. Oh, I like that green. I'm going to use that green again. I'm going to strengthen up these greens. Like that. And then pop a bit more green on this one. Wee, around there. Now that, yeah, I'll do the, Oh, that one, these have got green around the edge. They've got, there's a mixture. We're doing a mixture. So this one has got a seaweed backing. So we're going to pop the seaweed in. Yeah, I'm trying to push myself to do all different subjects. I have no idea what tomorrow's prompt is. Like, I'm trying to think outside the box. What did I do yesterday? I did feathers for tickle. So that was fun. That was the first use of these that I'd done. So now I'm popping a bit more of that darker green around that edge. I've got to have my colour chart next to me because you can't actually tell the colours of some of these paints sitting in the palette. They're all very dark looking. So I've got my little colour chart that I made up yesterday sitting next to me. So these two are going to be green sushis. Why? Because I want to. Come around there. I think I'm going to try and get some sleep. It's almost 1. Just want to pop in and say hi. Well, it's awesome to see you, Dale. Absolutely. Sleep well, mate. Wonderful to see you. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Get a clean cloth. But it's always lovely to see you, Trev. Always lovely to see you. And I'm glad you're safe and well. That's the most important thing. You're safe and well. Oops, I'm going to get a bit of, this is the burnt sienna. That's a meaty colour. Pop that in there. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care. I'll try and pop in if time zones don't get the best of me. That's all right, Dale. That's all right. The beauty of YouTube, you can, oh, I've got green. Look, see, I've got green around my picture. You can pop in any time and my video will be up. It lifts, look. Magic. it picks up. It just doesn't stain the paper. That's really unusual. I'm so used to staining pigments. All right. So now these have actually got a lot more sauce. I'm going to do, actually, no, that I'm going to do yellow. I'm going to pop yellow bits. I think that's egg or corn. I don't know. Whatever that is. I'm sticking more of that in the middle. And then, I've got to pop some red. They're sort of sauces. I'm going around the edge of that one and down onto the bottomy bit. And then I'll do my little grey. Oops, so that's not the colour I wanted. Just want to give that a bit more. It's blue. It's not blue sushi. It's blueshy. Okay, so I'm going to change that. I'll get a bit too much blue in there. Change that back to a green. There we go. We don't want. No one wants to eat blueshy. I'm going to go a bit of hooker's green. Okay, so grey and white. Little grey half circly bits for the rice. Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. It probably isn't going to be even noticeable, but that's fine. We'll give it a go. Just to suggest, I need it really diluted. Got to be so careful. Dilute. Ooh, that's not diluted. It will fade back though. It does have a lot of fade. I won't do it everywhere. I'll just suggest it around. Like more at the bottom of this one, and try not to keep it in patterns, because you end up with little rows of things that you don't really want. It sort of looks like sushi. And I reckon I'll give it there's a beautiful vibrant, the guy's got a beautiful Asian suit on. And you know how they have those gorgeous silk colours? They've got the gorgeous blue silk. So I'm going to try and do the silky coloured background. We'll see if I can do a silky coloured background, because that'll give it nice contrast too. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to grey up under there. I might give that a bit of a pinky tinge. Just like that, actually. Oh, yeah, grey dots worked, Susan. Thank you. It looks like rice, I think. It gives it something anyway. It does something, so I'm very happy. Thank you. Thank you for the advice, Susan. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the darkest colour. See if I can darken up this. I want it to be a bit more washy like. I'm going to solid this colour up. Do that. Can you plop in a couple of chopsticks properly? Yes, I can. I could pop them up here. I could actually put the hand in if I really wanted to, because the picture does have a hand and chopsticks. I probably should, shouldn't I? We'll give that a go. We'll give it a red hot go. We can do that. All things are possible. All things are possible. So I'm going to drag the edges of this out, see if I can drag them out. Like that. All right, that's not too bad. I do need to strengthen the shadow colours. All right, chopsticks. So, proportions. How are we proportion-wise? I can do the hand up here. Let's do that. Let's just do it. Let's just go rogue. And people who hold chopsticks really quite strangely. Like, I've never been able to hold chopsticks effectively. And a lot of our restaurants do serve their food with chopsticks, our Asian restaurants. And I've always been, can I please have a fork? Person, looks great, cool, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We'll see how this goes. I can always erase it if it doesn't work. And fingers, I've only just started working on hands. So his little pinky comes around here. So then there's a chopstick coming down here. Can we see it there? We can see it in that gap. And then it comes down there. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Like that. See, I can't do a straight line. I've got all my palettes in the way, but that's okay. Yeah, I've been doing lots and lots of hand studies, and it really has helped. Mind you, this is not looking so crash hot right at the second. But it'll get there. Actually, I'm going to erase that bit. I'm going to change the hand. I'm going to find another reference for a hand that's sort of in that relaxed position. I know I've got a picture of a hand. I've just got to find it. Where are my hand pictures? There they are. I've just got to, there we go. That one will do. It won't be correct, but it'll look like it's holding chopsticks. Okay. So we're changing again. So I'm just going to go rogue and stick a general hand. So it looks like it's just holding chopsticks. Yeah, I quite enjoy doing hands. They're fun and they look so wrong for so long. Like it takes a while within the drawing to make them look correct. But it's all about your proportions, and the thumb comes down there, comes across here, comes about to there, like that. Whoops. A thumb that looks like a toe. Doesn't matter, we'll get there. She's got toe thumb. We've all got problems. She's got toe thumb. Oh, yeah, anyway. So she's got her hand like that coming around, and now I can do the chopsticks sort of resting coming this way. Like that. Okay, oops, go back to my chopstick picture. And I probably need to stick a sushi in her chopstick, don't I? We're having issues. We're having issues. Oh my God. Okay, we're good. We're good. Nothing to see here, people. Nothing to see here. I'm going to stick a sushi in her things. She needs a sushi in her chopsticks. Because otherwise, there would be no success. And she can be dipping it in her soy sauce. Ta-da! Okay. So we're going to draw a sushi in here. A happy little sushi. It's about to have a very sad ending. It's about to be eaten. So I'm going to do that. We're going to go like that. Gone completely rogue here. Completely rogue. Okay, we've got sushi. We're good. We've got sushi. We have sushi. We have stickies. The chopsticks sort of look like chopsticks, but they will by the end, I promise. I've got to erase her fingy out of the doodah. She's got her fingy in the way. Put that around the other side of the chopstick. Put that one around the other side of the chopstick. There's a stick. Ta-da! A la sushi hand. Go back to my hand photo because I'm going to need to do a skin tone. Oh my God. A skin tone when I don't have the colours for a skin tone. Oh no. Okay, hang on. How am I going to do this? This will be fun. Let's just do it. We're going rogue. Okay, so I'm going to clean my palette. Clean my palette. So what do I usually do? I usually use yellow ochre and burnt sienna, a burnt umber. I've got yellow ochre. Oh, no, I don't. I don't. I use yellow ochre and red. Oh, we've got both of those. We're good. We're good. Nothing to see here. Yellow ochre. and a bit of red. Come on, skin tone, happen. Miraculously happen, skin tone. Maybe not. Oh no, that's all right. That's all right. That's working. We're good. We're good. We're good. I need to test it. I need to test it. Where's my testy paper? Hang on. What can I do it on? Is there anything crap here that I can rubbish? Hang on. Back. Oh gosh, I'm dropping your dude up. Oh, there's my fence yesterday. Found it. Okay. Pop them over there. There's a painting I'm not real happy with. That one. I'll work on the back of that. Give me a test. Okay, that's skin tone. We're doing that. Okay. Going back in. Sorry about that. So I just had to go over a wheel over and get my thing. All right. I was able to test this. Before I put it onto the paper because I didn't need the hands to be... Well, see, this is the thing. With this, I can lift it anyway. If it doesn't work, I can always lift it. And it's just a part of the hand, so you can get away with a bit more, which is fun. Just got with hands, the hard thing with hands is you just got to get the shadows right. If you get your shadows right, it can all look, well, it's like anything. If you get your shadows and your tonal values, it can be pink, blue, purple, and green. It'll still look right. You just got to remember your tonal values. And yeah, you can do, my daughter's a perfect example out in her unit. She's got a giant zebra head and it's a rainbow and it looks perfect. It looks photographic, but it's rainbow colours. And it's hanging on her wall and it's just an amazing looking thing. But it shows you that a painting can look photographic, even if it's all the wrong colours, because the tonal values are right. All right, skin tone hand. There we go. Now, make a darker skin tone. Oh. I need to do the shadows. Go a bit more yellow ochre. Well, at least I know these colours mix. See, this is fun because I had been told these don't mix so good, but they do. They're fine. They're doing what I want them to do. So it just shows you, no matter what review you see, give them a try. Give it a try because you just never know how it'll work for you. Because everyone does art differently, slightly. So I always try everything anyway, because you just never know. Okay, come down and around here. Blend that down and out. But that's mixed up a nicer skin tone than I get with my other colours, to be honest. I think it's the semi-opacity of it that helps me out. Sort of carries it a bit. Because they are semi-opaque. They're not completely transparent. Which doesn't bother me at all. Because I like gouache as well. And I like acrylics and I like all art. So being semi-opaque doesn't bother me. I'm not a purist when it comes to watercolour. If it works, I use it. I love a good quality watercolour, don't get me wrong. There's nothing quite as magical as a beautiful watercolour. I love my Senneliers and my Schminkies. But different ones have different qualities for different kinds of artwork, pretty much. So, everything's got its own specialty. I need to get back to my chopstick. Where's my chopstick hand? There it is. So, pop just a bit of yellow ochre in down here. They're just made, I don't even know, well, they're plastic these days, but the ones, I've got wooden ones as well. But nowadays they're made of plastic or some kind of recycled material. There we go. And that is a hand holding a chopstick. Pop a bit of pink around the edge. How did I make the pink again? I went that red and a little bit of white. Need to clean my palette. That red, a little bit of white. And it's fun streaming because you get to see the whole process. It is time consuming, but people can see how long a piece really takes, even though this is just a fun, sketchy, not serious piece. I love the streaming because people can actually follow the whole process and see how long it takes. You know, you get time lapses and it's like, woohoo, it takes 10 minutes. It's like, no, it takes 2.5 hours. All right, we're getting there. I need to make a prawn pink colour. The world needs a prawn pink. Just saying. And I'm going to go a bit of green in the middle. Me sushi. That actually helps it. That helps the picture a lot, Susan. That really does. That having that hand in there with the chopsticks, it gives it some. It gives it life. Gives it sort of a purpose. I'm just going to go a little bit of. Oops, I need to get my brush clean. Get a bit of water on there. Take that bit of sienna down the back of the shadow side of the chopstick. Like that. Anyone can turn off the video. I like to watch the whole thing. Yeah, well, this is it. You can fast forward, skip bits, and I did lots and lots of time lapses. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy actually just chatting while I work. I love having the company when I paint. Like, the streaming for me is just having company in my art room. It's awesome. I've got to do, what am I going to do? I'll give her a pinky sort of fingernail. Just a very tight, slight tint. Not even, it's barely got any colour to it. Just to suggest a nail colour. Like that. I'm going to go a purple. Ooh, got to be brave here. I'm going to make a grey. I've got to make a grey. Don't have the right blue. Right brown, I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of, teeniest little bit of black. Just got a shadow under here. I've added a bit of blue to it. So just a very wet, diluted wash to make this grey. Just in the shadow areas. In here, in shadow, where her hand wraps around. Like that. Just got to get your shadows in the right spots. All right, now for the Susan Gerald sushi rice, we pop our dots in. I've just now named this technique as the Susan Gerald sushi rice technique. Just in there, like that. That's awesome. It worked. So awesome. Okay, and then pop that around there. You're famous, Susan. You've got a rice art technique named after you. The Susan Gerald sushi rice. You're famous and infamous all at once. Oops, a bit more on there. What am I going to do now? Do I do a background? I don't know. Do I do it? I should. I actually don't mind it as it is. I don't mind that as it is. I might pop. I don't know. I'm just undecided. I might leave it. I might just do a table underneath it. There is a table underneath it. It's a black sort of a table. So I'll paint that in. Because the board's sitting on something. It's not just floating in air like a haunted levitating sushi board. We don't want a haunted levitating sushi board, so we're going to give it a table. Or give it a solid base to be sitting on at least. There's a movie idea. The haunted levitating sushi board. Table seems right. Yeah, I think so. It needs something. It does need something. So I'm literally going in with the black. Because why not? Ooh. We're going to have a conflict over here, but that's fine. That'll be nice because it'll create a contrast with the sushis. With our Susan Gerald sushi rice. Okay, so I'm just going to block it in. I probably should be going the direction like sticking to one direction. Got to square off that edge up here. I'll take it up past the woman's hand. Like that. Doesn't look right yet, but it will, I promise. Actually, past her hand, past that little sushi. I lived in a haunted house for a year, furniture moved all the time. Oh, wow! That's cool. Probably scary, but cool. And that's it. I watch all those shows, the paranormal shows. I quite enjoy them. I'm fascinated. You know what? You just never know either. You just never know what's out there. There's a whole lot of stuff that people don't know. So, a few, probably not in our lifetime, but when they actually prove there is something, I would love to see that day. Especially on the other side of the world, you guys have got so much more history. So much, or different history. So I'm just going to work my way around this. But yeah, I watch a lot of the paranormal shows, which is good fun. I especially love this one called Kindred Spirits that I really enjoy. It's where they go around helping people who live in haunted houses. And it's got Amy Bruni, who's one of my favourite researchers. Messed up a bit there, but you know what, doesn't matter because I can lift this paint, hey. That's what I've got to keep thinking to myself. It doesn't matter if I make a boo-boo because I can lift the colour. I'm just going to stay away from the edge of the bottle a little bit. Just to give it that sort of look. So this is interesting to see how this layers. Can I get a solid dark? And I reckon I'm going to be able to get a solid dark with this. I do. This is going to give me a solid dark. So this is very gouache, so I'm almost pure pigment on dry paper. It didn't scare me, just putting tables back and chairs. Yeah, well, see, this is it. They're just trying to get your attention. They're just like, hey, can we sit with you? We're here. They're not all, yeah, it doesn't have to be scary. It can be just people who're looking for help. I can't watch horror movies. They scare me. I have nightmares for months. I can watch paranormal shows, but not horror movies. All right, look at that. Look at that. Look how that black came out, eh? Look at that. Oh, my God. So that shows you all of these colours would have this opacity. If I tried, I'll try and get a straight bloody line here. Ooh. Like that. Then come down here. Like that. All right. So that's that. I was running to the bathroom and there's an end table in the doorway. I said, thanks, but I have to go, not funny. Oh, that is cute. That's really funny. They've got a sense of humour. I'm just going to strengthen these colours on some of these sushis now. This has turned into quite an elaborate sort of a piece. Do I do this? I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to give it an ultramarine pale background. I'm going to clean my palettes. Clean my palette that's sitting next to me. I need to get a palette cam, eh? I need a palette camera for you guys. I've got to figure out how to do that. I might go and bother the kids and say, help me do a palette camera. That might have to happen. So I'm going to go pale blue. background behind everything. Go around, so I'll just cut gently around the hand. Like that. This is very gouache-like. I do have to say it is gouache-like. Because the more you layer it, the thicker it gets, which is fine by me because I like gouache. It does have very gouache-like tendencies. Just need to give the background a little something something. Or dining room, who eats at the table? Yeah! Dining room tables are overrated. That's what laps are for. Nursing dogs, children, and eating food. Doesn't anyone know anything? I must admit, I'm really messy. I'm really good at dropping food, so I eat at a table. But not for, it's only for because I don't want to get my clothes all wrecked all the time because I'm very clumsy. I forget where my mouth is and I miss a lot. So I need to... yeah, I need a table. But you can get those lap table things. You know those lap table things that you sit and they've got like a beanbaggy thing on the bottom? You can get those. I want one of them. Stable table, that's what they're called, a stable table for sitting on your lap. My grandma had one of those. I need to get me one. But then I'd have a Jack Russell trying to help me. Seems a mix between... It is. That's a great description. It is a mix between watercolour and gouache. It really is. It very much is. But that's fun. That's a fun thought. I quite like that thought. Because the gouache colours, I don't know, they just... I've got Sennelier gouache. I've used it a little bit, not a great deal. I quite like these though. I need to pull my gouache out and have a play with it again, I think. Okay, I'm going to strengthen up that line. Seems a mix between, I have two of those. I paint on them. Uh-oh, what do you paint on them? What do you, oh, my coffee, I forgot my coffee again. Now I'm sad. It's cold. What do you have two of? I've gone completely blank. Oh, stable tables. Oh, I want them. I need to get one. Sorry, I had a squirrel moment. Blue behind the bottle? Yes, I need to do blue behind the bottle, but it needs to be a slightly different tone because it's reflecting. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I might make it a bit more washed down looking. And there's sort of reflection, so there'll be dark blues coming through with it too. So I'll just make that quite diluted. I'll leave a white reflection on the edge, like that. Leave a reflection down the front, like that. And then a bit of pure blue down here. All right. Over that a little bit. Let's take that right down to there. Goodness gracious, that worked. Okay. Having a quick look. I'm going to maybe strengthen the shadows a bit, or are we just about done? I reckon that's not far from done. For a fun experiment, I'm pretty happy with that. I think. I am gonna make a darker green. See if I can make a darker green. For these, need more shadow down here. It needs to be a bit stronger dark down there. Perfect bottle. Thank you. Thank you. See, it's all, the trick's in the reflections. It's in the reflections. And shadows. That's half the battle, is your shadows and your reflections. But I reckon I'm going to call that. I'm actually excited to take the tape off the sides and see how it turned out. because that can make all the difference too, because it looks a little bit messy with the tape on still. There we go. Whoops. Ta-da! That was lots of fun. That was lots of fun. Whoops. Oh, you can tell the one that I didn't stick to my thingy first. Whoops. There we go. So that, hello arts time. Hello. So we have just finished a kuretake, hang on. I always get the name. Yeah, kuretake gansai tambi sushi painting for World Watercolour Month. So that was lots and lots of fun. I'm pretending that it's all cooked and so delicious. Yes, it's roasted chicken, cooked rice. I'm not quite sure what the pink stuff is, but we'll just say that's something delicious. Seaweed's fine. You can eat seaweed. It's salty deliciousness. A bit of beef. And it's all cooked through, Susan, so you don't have to worry. So I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Arts Time. Thank you, Susan. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Without this Susan Gerald sushi rice, I don't know what I would have done. So thank you for hanging out with me and having a chat. Bacon. See, there we go. Bacon and everything. Bacon's perfect with just about everything. So I say yes, bacon rules. So, yes. But I will see you all tomorrow. I'll be back for more draws. Hang on. Watercolour month. I'm also doing Drawsome. That's tomorrow. No, is that tomorrow? No, it's when. That's the. Oh, what day is it? Tuesday. Thursday. Wrong day. Okay. I'll be back for World Watercolour Month tomorrow live in the morning. So, yep, I'll be streaming every day for the rest of the month and doing pieces on the fly like this and see what happens. We're going rogue. So have an awesome day, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.